All right, guys, we are back. This is K-Talk Radio, 1640 AM. You're listening to the show, Utah, Home Sweet Home, and I am your host, Yoshi Shiraki, and our special guest today is Jeff Larson, and our topic that we're discussing is nightly rentals, Airbnb, the benefits on this type of opportunity, how you can, how in many cases it's more lucrative than traditional monthly rentals. So, Jeff, if you don't mind diving into it, I mentioned before the commercial break, it sounds like Airbnb is the platform, your preferred platform. Have you ever used VRBO? Do you maybe still use it? You're just saying Airbnb.
I have used VRBO. I used a service, and the problem is that if you're trying to do it by yourself, you have to kind of try and tie everything together with calendars and some other things. There are a couple of services that will tie them together, and I used one of those services, but the management fee, I didn't like it. There's some benefits to both of them. The audience that is using them is slightly different, and so my expectation would be is if you could manage both of them, that your filled nights will go up.
Okay.
Because your audience is kind of larger that way.
Sure.
But it is a little bit of a headache, and it's always a kind of a trade-off between what it is that you can kind of manage, how you want to manage it, how much time you can kind of devote to kind of doing this.
Yeah.
I in general, try and devote as little time to doing this as possible.
Okay.
So I don't have a huge amount of experience. I don't think that the tool set is quite as good for VRBO as it is for Airbnb. So I essentially just went with Airbnb only.
Got it. But you did use VRBO, had the experience, and said,
I used them for about a year. In addition to Airbnb.
So a long time.
Before and like I said, I was using them through a kind of a third-party service that tied and allowed you to get on all of the platforms at once, and they managed that.
Gotcha.
But the way that they managed it didn't give you quite as granular of control. And it just became a little bit more of a hassle than I wanted.
Got it. Is there a size difference? Okay, so just for example, I could be wrong on this, but to me, Nike's a bigger name than Puma, right? Like, to me, I don't know. Is Airbnb a bigger name than VRBO, or are they equal?
I think they are now. VRBO started out bigger than Airbnb. They were doing this, I think, first.
Okay.
I don't know how many people are on Airbnb, but it's enough.
Yeah.
I can only rent once at a time. I probably have, say, 30 to 40 stays a year.
Okay.
Airbnb has more than that on.
Yeah. Exactly. Gotcha. Just out of curiosity, what do you typically do then? Let's say, so for those listeners out there, we're probably a heavily touristy type of city during the wintertime because of the ski season. Your Park City, your Heber, these types of high populated ski areas. What do you typically do with these properties in the summer? I mean, they're probably getting rented from time to time. But
the season kind of drops off. In Park City, you have 2 shoulder seasons. It's gotten a lot better. Park City's actually made a lot of effort in order to try and kind of even that out. So there's a lot more activities and stuff in summer.
Okay.
There are things like soccer camps, other types of things that are happening, and then there's a lot of golf kinds of stuff. And so, occupancy over the winter is probably 90%, 95%. I mean, it's typical that you'd get somebody that comes in on Thursday and leaves Sunday.
Got it.
Often Monday and Tuesday are not rented nearly as often.
Okay.
And in the summer, you'll have all sorts of different kinds of things, different lengths of stays. Oftentimes people will stay a week, sometimes they'll stay longer. Sometimes I get like people that are there for work that are staying there, like a group of people that are there for a conference or some other kind of stuff. So it's a little bit hit and miss that way.
Okay.
And I say occupancy drops down to about 40% of nightly, nights, something like that.
Got it. Have you ever tried to, over the summer, find like a long-term tenant of 3 to 6 months, or that's just not worth it?
No, it's not worth it to me.
Yeah. Sure.
You can do a lot of different things on Airbnb, so I can set a setting that says, if you're doing monthly rentals, you get 40% off of the total rent, those kinds of things. I just have not felt the need to kind of do that.
Okay, cool.